Well guys, I said we'd come back up here when we could. I'm currently on the Duke of Sutherland statue, George Granville. Walking around it at the moment, just looking for a potential location where guns might have been stored in the Second World War. It does seem, and I'll flip it round in a moment or two so you can see where we are. But before I do that, I just want to go all the way round and I want to show you this view out here, because it's quite a spectacular view. You can see everywhere. Let me just turn it around so you can view. Okay, so this is the view from the second layer of the Duke of Sutherland statue. You can see that is spectacular. You can see for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Peaceful and quiet up here. Well, it was until I started talking. You can see a good way around. Countryside to the bit back of us. City of Stoke-on-Trent to the front. And that lake there is Trentham Gardens. They've got the big wheel on at the moment, with the Britannia Stadium over there in the distance. You might be able to see it, might not, it's a fair way away. And the incinerator chimney there you can see. Just listening to the birds a second. And that's the A34 down there going through Tittensor. Right, back to the statue then. Okay, so quick spin round, and here is the Duke of Sutherland statue, the monument to the Duke of Sutherland. See, it's quite imposing, quite high up. He's got a fantastic view from up there, looking out in that direction. Well, actually probably more in that direction looking at him. Of course his view will be better from where he is from mine. But, right, rumour. Urban myth. Unfortunately, don't know why people feel the need to do graffiti on these monuments. I mean, they've been here for, well, I don't know. MDCCCXXXIV. Roman numerals. Don't know. I'll see if I can translate that later and put a caption in to see what year that is. But that'll be the year this monument was put up. So, back to the rumour. Apparently, urban myth, all real, don't know. During World War II, weapons were stored in here. Now I'm just having a quick walk around it. We'll have a walk all the way around it. Now, spoiler, I have had a walk around it already. I can't see anywhere where a stone could be pulled up and weapons stored behind. However, I will get close in a moment or two, because if we do look, it is hollow. Don't know if you can see in there, it's a bit dark, but you can see it is actually hollow. So potentially, I suppose, yeah, if you could lift one of these stones, you could hide stuff in here. So, not sure at the moment. But to me, the stones just look too heavy. If we walk all the way around, we're all good and thick. See if we can zoom out a little bit. No, looks like I'm at minimum zoom. Guess I'll have to walk backwards a bit then. You can see, if I look around at the top of these slabs, okay, so if we're looking at the top of these slabs, you can see there, oh sorry, got my hand in the way there, you can see they're pretty substantial, but you can hear it is hollow under there, so potentially was used for storage during the Second World War. In fact, let me just have a look at this one here, because this one seems to be a very small stone with a hole in it. Let me just turn around to the better. So this one here appears to be a smaller stone than all the rest. Don't get me wrong, still significantly heavy, no chance of me moving that myself. However, there is a hole here with weeds growing in it, which could have been used for an anchor point to drag this out of the way, to leave a gap inside, because it is hollow underneath. So potentially, yes, that could have been used. Just another quick walk around to see if we can see anything. Now I do know back in the 80s some of these stones at the bottom were actually missing, so you could actually get inside this monument. Another way of proving that it's actually hollow. Can't see any evidence of where they've been replaced, but there must be new stones here. So yeah, I mean, you can see here where there's been repairs done, newer materials put in. There's a new stone here, that's definitely a new stone, that is. It's completely made a different material than the rest of it. You can see there is places where people have been trying to get them lifted up. I mean, you can't see inside, but I think there's a spider living in there. But right, so I've just walked away from the monument, so you can see it in all its glory there, just over my right shoulder, left if you're looking at it. That's the Duke of Sutherland. As far as storage of weapons during the Second World War, I don't think I can bust that myth. I'm not a myth buster for one, but I'd say it's got potential. It is hollow, there is some newer stones, there is holes, and there is that hole back there where you could actually use it as an anchoring point to pull something out, to use to lift or move that stone out. So, for actually storing weapons during the Second World War, I think I'd have to give that one a potential yes. It could have been used. I do know that just up the road, and in one of my earlier videos as beach caves, that was definitely used for ordnance storage during the Second World War. It's buried under, well, as you can see behind me, it's quite dense foliage. You wouldn't spot beach caves from the air, and it would be quite an easy place to access and store munitions. So I do know that that was definitely used. Excuse me, fly landing on my screen there. There's the Duke of Sutherland. I said we'd take a walk back up here. it's not that long a walk. It's quite a steep walk if you want to come. It's reasonable. I've parked on Winghouse Lane in Tittensor and walked along Monument Lane and basically across the public access there and up over the stile and up the hill. Quite an easy walk. I think anybody can manage it. Yeah, I think it's an absolutely fantastic walk. Certainly worthwhile coming up here. Can't say for certain whether or not it was used for ammunition storage or weapon storage, but let's leave it as a potentially yes. And I'll catch you next time on coffeebeans.co.uk, or even Coffee Beans on tour. coffeebeans.co.uk, website coming soon. And I will see you soon. Mind how you go, and catch up with you later. Ta-ra for a bit.